Hey, Pajama Gramma here. How cool is this cup? It's got this cool cat on it. It's got a back of a cat on it, and it says Mischief Maker on it. I love it because who else would show up for a training in their curlers? Well, Pajama Gramma would, because you know what? It's all about the message. It's not about the messenger, although I think I'm pretty interesting anyway. Now, today we're going to talk about funnel hacking. I'm not going to talk about funnel hacking, and I learned funnel hacking from the term funnel hacking, which I consider spying on the competition. I learned the funnel hacking part of that from Russell Brunson and the team at ClickFunnels. I learned from them and from the Certified Partner Program all kinds of cool ways to analyze the competition, analyze the industry that you're going to be in, and study and pick out the pieces that you want to incorporate into what you're offering and not. And the reason we're looking at funnel hacking today, which is kind of way early in the process, is because we want to begin doing our research into our area of interest, the area that our expertise is in, that we want to share what it is that we have to share, our message, our products or services, whatever it is we're going to do with that expertise, because it's going to be different for each of us. So we want to know what's going on out there. What else is going on out there? We also want to begin building relationships with key influencers, or like people that are big in the industry, people that are well known, so that we can hear what they're saying, find out what they're saying. So we want to build relationships with them, number one, because if we're interested in the same topics, we probably have a lot in common, and we might be able to form really good friendships and bonds and relationships. And those relationships can help us all reach more people. So even though this isn't really, it's sort of what's next, it's not what's next, but I want to go through a couple main things that I do when I funnel hack so that you can start spying on the competition and getting more information about what's out there. Because if you know what's out there, you know how you are uniquely different. You know how you can get your message to perhaps a certain group of people within the overall market. For example, I am working through this book, Expert Secrets this time, with respect to chronic pain. Now, there's a whole spectrum of people. There's 1.5 billion people that have chronic pain. I can't possibly talk to 1.5 billion people. Probably can't even get to 1 million very quickly if I don't narrow down my focus of who I am going to speak to. Now, I originally was going to speak to women like me, and now I'm flim-flamming around whether that's going to be who I really am targeting or going for or not. So one of the things I did over the last couple of days was I asked questions in one of the Facebook groups that I belong to, because I'm trying to see how long people have had and suffered with chronic pain. And that will give me a little bit of an indicator as to how old people are and how long they've had pain, and maybe how willing and open they are to finding a solution for that pain. And you can tell by their comments. But you only know that by being around those people and by listening to what it is that they have to say, and by asking them questions and building relationships with them. So I also have a huge background from corporate America and from things that I learned when I was younger in terms of how to look at the competition, how to look at what's going on around you so that you know how you fit into it, how and where your place in the overall ecosystem of the universe is. Boy, that's a big one, right? So we want to funnel hack for that. Now, I did a video for this. It's pretty long. It's pretty discombobulated, but I actually did some work on narrowing down and finding sites that I like and things that I might do with respect to chronic pain now. I mean, I even looked at a supplement that was for sale, because down the road, maybe I will do a supplement for people with chronic pain. Actually, if I'm doing the Steve Larson Call My Shot thing, I probably will be doing a supplement within a year for people with chronic pain. That was a big move. That was a big, bold move, people. I don't know if you knew it, but it made my tummy like vibrate a little. So that means that I need to do that. So today I did do a bizarre funnel hack, and I didn't go through, I kind of explained as I was going through, but I didn't go through and say the things that I really look for. The first thing I do is I look at and I notice the layout and the design and the colors and the white space and things like that for the site. I just look at how does it look visually? Is it appealing? And here's the rub. It doesn't have to be appealing to me, and it probably isn't. If it's working for my target market, is probably not appealing to me. I probably think it's ugly, but that doesn't matter. I'm just looking at, without judgment, what does it look like? What are they doing? Then the next thing I notice and I'm looking for is, what's their headline? What are they offering? And what's their promise? And that's a lot of things, but I just get a big sense for what are they offering. Then I will look into and do some research on, I go based on, I just do the Google search. Then I find the sites. Then I do some research and try to find out how well the company's doing. I'll pick a handful. But my biggest key is get a screen capture software tool like Jing, or there's one on Google, the Google Chrome. I still haven't looked up the extension, but I'll find that for you today and I'll put it in the assignment notes. You want to have something like that so you can actually capture the screen and capture the pictures or the video of it, so you're not having to remember all that. And you're not going to do it for a gazillion like Russell Brunson does, or like I do, but you want to do it for at least 2 or 3 sites and competitors that you really like. And that's just your initial forage into the woods of investigating this. So it's not a huge deal, but I just want you to get out there and be aware of what is out there in your niche. And I'm going to ask you to tell me what you found. And if you tell me you found nothing, zero, nothing, crickets, nothing that compares, nothing that's anything like what you want to do, I'm going to really challenge you to go back and look again. Or I'm going to really challenge you to say, is this really what I'm wanting to do? Because if there's not a market for it, there's not a market for it. And none of us need to be starting and digging that trench the hard way with a spoon, because that's how hard it would be to be picking something that there's nothing going on in. I think that's it for today. I gave you a bunch of assignments and questions to answer yesterday. If you haven't done those, please go back and do those. Make sure you join at least 1 to 3 Facebook groups that are with respect to the subject that you're working on. The last gentleman I worked with one-on-one on this, he did a whole Excel spreadsheet, and I think he had 20-something groups that he joined, and then he's got the status updates of what the type topics are and what the things people discuss, what you're allowed to do and not do. I think he might even have pulled out the moderator and their contact information, and then whether they've let him into the group or not yet, because sometimes group you have to apply to get involved in. I'm in a lot of chronic pain groups, and you're actually not allowed to share anything out of those groups. They're totally confidential groups, and so you can't share or post anything out of those. They're strictly internal use only groups. And so some groups are like that. They're very protective. And with chronic pain, you have to be like that for legal purposes. So join at least 3 groups. Find at least 1 message board or forum on your topic. I would say, if you don't have a list of 10 influencers or 10 gurus or 10 experts or 10 authors in your area of expertise or niche, that you need to do that too. You need to get that list going, because you want to have an ongoing list. And so use Evernote, OneNote, use a tool where you can capture that information, Google Docs, use something somewhere where you can start compiling a folder of all this information. If you haven't started that yesterday, make sure you do it today. And then today, go watch the funnel hacks, just the demo funnel hack I did on my new go run through the niche, and just do the same thing for yourself. Give yourself 20 minutes, a half hour, an hour, however long it takes you to just begin looking at what else is out there. That's it. Go out and make it an awesome day. I've got interviews today, so I have to curl my hair and fix myself up, because when I'm on video with other people, I like to look a little bit better. I hope you're going to have a fantastic day. I know you're going to have a fantastic day. I will see you tomorrow with another lesson from our Expert Secrets Masterclass. Yay! Or Mastermind. Bye.